I'm fine. I'm good. I'm very feel.
You are Phil.
I'm feel. I'm very feel.
Платила бы фи. Откажу тебе, чтобы спросить. Ты мне дашь, слово ты мне дашь. Ты мне.
How are you feeling?
I'm feel. I'm very feel.
Heads up, heroes and adventurers, sword maidens and barbarians. I am the Ancient Gamer, and I'm back with more stuff. This time, again, more stuff concerning the Skyland Series of Mods. Skyland is a series of mods by the prolific mod author Sky King, made up of 3D scans of real-world surfaces. Skyland is a basic graphical overhaul to nearly all landscape and architectural features in Skyrim. Before we get too far down the road, if you enjoy the video, find it useful, give it a big fat like. That makes the video feel good. Subscribe to the Ancient Gamer channel. That makes you feel good. Think this video sucks? Be sure to like it anyway. What is a LOD? An LOD? A LOD? LOD or LOD stands for level of detail. As it pertains to video games, LOD is usually describing distant LOD, or the level of detail rendered on distant objects. Short version is that with Skyrim, the LOD or LOD is what determines how awesome everything looks out in the far distance. A LOD is the kind of mod, that rhymes, a LOD is the kind of mod that can really put the finishing touches on a graphics load order. In my Noble versus Skyland comparison video, one of the bigger differences between the two graphics overhauls was that Noble had a LOD mod to go with it. And now we'll just go to landscapes and compare those two. Skyland's famous for its landscapes, and so we'll get a look here right up against Noble and see what it looks like. Now, one thing you'll notice is when you flip over to Noble here, there's a little more detail in the far off distance up there on Bleakwind Barrow. And that's because of the HD LOD mod that's part of this load order. And it makes a real difference when you look way out. You can really tell. Well, now Skyland has one too. Let's check out a few comparisons to see exactly what it looks like. The first area we're going to check out here is my little special spot I like to go up to between Riverwood and Whiterun, overlooking Whiterun. And, you know, this is where the kick-ass barbarian warrior would probably take his lady to go look at the sunset. I mean, if there was any weed smoking that went on in Skyrim, this might be where it occurred. And here's with the LOD mod, the LODs, and wow, that's a huge difference, big difference. It looks to me like the grass and ground textures from a distance have been darkened and they match better for starters, but look at all that detail way out on the horizon. It's just crazy. Really big difference. Really makes a nice difference. A little finishing touch here. Now we've teleported over to Whiterun, and that looks pretty good. I don't think you can tell quite as well with this view, but those mountains off in the distance are far more detailed. The further out you go, you can still actually see some detail in there that you couldn't previously. And now we're going to beam ourselves over to Windhelm and look to the south, and look at that ground texture. It's kind of bright, kind of light, doesn't really match. And there you go. That's way better. The grass LOD or LOD is much improved. This is really nice, really nice. And so then we're outside of Markarth now, and that looks really good. That's just plain Skyland. And we're going to do a little, we're going to mod like Bob Ross here and just paint another little layer in. And look at those happy little trees up there. They're so nice, and way on out to the skyline. More happy little trees, and that little, that dwarven ruin up there. Just all kinds of detail. Now, this is probably a pretty poor choice of places for me to show off this mod, but even still, you can see that off in the distance it looks really nice. Skyland LODs, the Skyland LOD mod, really seems to work quite well. Very impressive. A big improvement. Just a really nice polishing sort of finishing touch for Skyrim. Or for Skyland, I'm sorry. And yet more excellent work by, the Sky King, John Rose. You just come to expect it. This guy just releases just updates and additions to Skyland. Now this will be a good one here. We're overlooking the rift. This should be pretty spectacular. Be able to really see the difference. And oh yeah, that's nice. Really, really, really nice. Well, I mean, I have to say, I'm impressed. This looks really good. And I think that I probably would run this, despite the fact that it's a pretty good size file. For my money, I think it's clear. Skyland LODs make a huge difference and are a big improvement to the overall look of Skyland. The file size is kind of big at 490 megabytes. If you're cramped for reserve space, that could be an issue, but it really does give Skyland that finishing touch. If you decide the Skyland LOD mod is for you, just put it at the bottom of all your Skyland mods. Or if you're using my Better Graphics for Skyrim load order, you can slide the LOD mod in right here. I am the Ancient Gamer. Remember, subscribe to my channel and ring the bell for notifications. It feels good. If you enjoy this video, get a kick out of it, don't let it suffer from low self-esteem. Make it happy. Give it a like. It just wants to feel good too.